across the Pacific to refuel, and every single time that we landed and got refueled and took off, they did the DDT dance. Every single time. And we're talking Guam, Johnston Island, Okinawa, Hawaii. So, but as I say, I'm not dead yet.
Well, going back to Qingdao, there's some pictures I just wanted you to talk about a couple of incidents. Do you remember visiting a temple with your father and a bunch of people?
Yes, yes.
And having a kind of exciting adventure that day?
It was more than exciting, it was downright dangerous.
Why don't you tell us about it?
I was thinking about telling you about it, but I even, and this is one of the pictures my sister took, and I have not been able to find it. We went climbing.
Was this the group that went out on that tour that day?
Yep, and that we were on the boat. Yep, these were all dependents. There's Judy and me. And there were others too that aren't in the picture.
So you were going to go visit that temple on the next page. If you flipped over
Right,
there.
yeah.
It's a long walk up to the...
But we had steps.
A lot of steps,
This was
right?
all up on the mountain, and they had steps. Right,
Would it take about half an hour to get up there?
Oh no, it took longer than that.
You were worn out, right?
Anyway.
And you met those two Buddhist priests at the top? Or,
yeah.
And could they speak English, or did you have an interpreter? Or no?
No.
Well, what happened that day when you got back to the ship?
Well, we could not go in on the boat that we were on. We couldn't go right up to the shore. So they had. I can't remember whether they had just one rowboat or two rowboats. But when we got back, we had a terrible storm. And the waves were going like...
I mean, when you walked back from the temple?
When we walked back. Right.
You're on the shoreline now, and you have to get back to the town.
Yeah, and the shoreline was quite rocky, but there was a beach, a small area of beach.
You had to go back by boat. There was no way you could walk home from there.
Oh my gosh, no, this was the farthest we've ever been away from home the whole time we were there.
Do you remember where it was? Was it to the south of town or north of town?
Idea. No? It wasn't terribly far because we couldn't go very far.
Okay.
But it was 7 miles, I suppose.
So a storm had occurred, and
it wasn't rain. It wasn't rain. It was just a big blow.
Waves, right?
And the ocean was unbelievable. It was great big breakers. And we had to get back to the boat. There was no way we could swim. And two of the men it was more than two, it had oars like this, you know.
Yeah.
And you couldn't take all of us at one time either. And we got in, we managed to get in, everybody got wet, but that didn't make any difference. And we have a picture of the rowboat. I'm in it. But you don't have me in it because what we're doing, the picture is of the man who was on the oars, and you should have seen him. He looked absolutely terrified. Anyway, like that.
Were you afraid?
Everybody was afraid. We were lucky because we were, we had no life jackets on. There were life jackets on the boat, but we never thought we'd have to take life jackets. So that was very, very scary, I'll tell you. And it didn't last long. It was one of these, I don't know what you call a squall. Yeah, squall. It didn't last long at all.
Now, this is a picture showing, I think, your dad and mom and your sister and some boyfriends. Can you tell us who's in that picture?
There's this yeoman. That's my boyfriend at the time.
What was his name?
God, I look horrible. That's Mackie. He's the yeoman there. And that's Blair. He was the other yeoman. He was my father's yeoman.
Now, was Blair your sister's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Wait, the two yeomen who worked for your father were your sister and yours respective boyfriends also?
Yeah, just Blair
friends?
was Judy's boyfriend. And my boyfriend was...
Mackie?
No, not Mackie. This guy, he's in St. Louis, Missouri. I'll think of it in a minute.
Is that a different guy or is that the same guy?
That's Blair.
That's
my sister and Judy. That's in front of the house. Yeah. Yes,
And this is Mackie here?
Oh, this is my boyfriend.
What's his name?
I,
Can't remember?
I'll remember it. I'll remember it. I think it's on the back of the photograph.
Was it Bill Edwards?
Bill Edwards, that's who it was, Bill Edwards.
There's
I'm
you and
ashamed
Bill.
to say I didn't remember it.
There's you and Bill.
This is in San Francisco.
Are you
There
and Bill
he
Edwards
is.
there?
And there's my other boyfriend, Tom Eisenbeiss.
Ah.
And this is the backyard of our house that my parents bought in San Francisco. But that was much later on.
And who are you cuddling up to next to in this picture?
Oh, well, this is my classmate.
You can take this off, honey.
Oh, do you think I can remember her name? She was in my class. There's Judy and Blair, Mackie, Goldsmith. Her last name was Goldsmith. But I can't remember her first name.
Now this guy was named Bill Mark.
This is Bill.
Is that another boyfriend?
That's the same. That's the same one.
Oh, okay. Is he your boyfriend in there?
Yeah, he was my boyfriend. I don't know who he was. I don't know either one of these.
What about Charles Slater? He wrote here to Lover Girl.
Who's Lover Girl?
Oh,
She is, I guess.
okay. This was on board the ship going to the Mitchell. He was a dependent that went to, we dropped him off in Panama.
Oh, so it wasn't a very long
Yeah, we didn't.
liaison.
Right, we didn't know him very well. To Lover Girl, love from.
And this was Edwards here again?
Yeah, Bill Edwards. Yep.
Was he was he the one that you went to visit in Williamsport, or was that somebody else?
He lives in St. Louis. The one in Williamsburg was Tom Eisenbeiss.
Oh, that's right. He's in the other
the
picture.
other guy. They were my two serious ones. I wasn't
And
very serious.
Both
but they were.
geographically impossible. You're too far apart.
There, that's Tom Eisenbeiss there.
Tom is in the top.
Yeah, top right. And Bill,
Bill's in the bottom.
right. Is that camera on, by the way? I hope not.
Yeah, it is. Do you want me to turn it off?
I turned it